Hello everybody, thank you so much for tuning in today. My name is Jacqueline and in today's video I will be sharing with you the best eye products of 2019. But before we get started, and if you're new here, I hope that you will consider to subscribe to my channel and ring the post notification bell so you get to know whenever I upload new videos. Also, come and follow me on my Instagram. And now, if you're ready to know what I have been loving in 2019 for eyeshadows, mascara, everything nice, then just keep on watching. Okay my friends, so I'm super excited for this edition right here. Is the eyes edition. So we're going to talk about eyeshadows, palettes, monos, quads, everything that has to do with the eyes, eyebrows, lashes. That's what we're going to talk about. So I'm super excited for this edition, but I wanted to mention to you that I have chosen I think on a smaller amount of products because I really want to share with you what it had stood out for me for this year, like things that I really feel like, okay, these are stuff that I really wanted to, you know, get my hands on all the time, try to use it when I'm off camera. And the favorites of every month, they are still my favorites. I think that if they made it on my monthly favorite, is because they really deserve a spot. So you may refer to all of those because there are so many products that including them all in here will be too much. But these right here are those that are like high in the bar, high up there. So I'm pretty sure I'm listening to you. A voice, or many voices are saying, start with. I know you want me to start with eyeshadow palettes. I know you really well, and I'm gonna give it to you. Let's just start with the eyeshadow palettes. So I think the eyeshadow palette that for me, and again, this is my personal preference, but it also on a standout formula. I think the eyeshadow palette that really stole my heart, and I even said it needs to have my name engraved in it because it is a palette that it was made for me. Color story, formulation, absolutely everything. And yes, I'm talking about Pat McGrath Divine Rose. What a beautiful palette. Oh, this palette is, I know it's not available right now, but I'm sure Mama Pat, you have to bring it, okay? You have to bring it back. There's a lot of people are waiting for it. But this palette right here, I know, looks boring. It's a palette that has all the mauvey, rosy tones that I love. I mean, in this Mothership component right here that is amazing, so elegant, so beautiful. But it's a palette that I reach out a lot because these are the colors that complement my skin tone that I like. The formulation of Pat McGrath is really beautiful. I mean, her mattes are gorgeous. They blend super easy. They are not super creamy, but I think obviously her standard formulas are the four right here, these right here that are her special formula. We have here dual chromes, we have the fine meal type of glitter shades that they are not that chunky glitter, and then we also have her satin shades. I mean, just a beautiful palette that I think out of all her Mothership palettes, this is the one that I will get the most use out of it, and I hope that really comes back into the line and it becomes permanent, because when I run out of this palette, I want to have another one of these. It's just amazing. Another palette that honestly, this brand right here, I just have to say it. You know which one it is. It's Natasha Denona Metropolis palette. This palette is in another level. The formulation is like nothing else that I have really tried as far as creaminess. These eyeshadows are very creamy, very easy to blend. They do have a lot of pigmentation. I received mine that it was so beat up. It was just, it arrived in bad condition and then they resent me a new one. So here it is. It's just an amazing palette right here. Natasha Denona her formula, it's really beautiful. We know that she had some hiccups with her smaller palette. Her bigger palettes, they are the ones that really are the best. I think she redeemed herself though with the neutral mini palette. I think that's a good one right there. But if you want a palette that gives variety, I still love my BUA palette, don't get me wrong, and I still love my Sunrise palette. Beautiful palettes right there. But this palette right here kind of condenses a little bit of both of them. You have right here kind of like your neutral type of section on this line right here and a little bit right here that you can create those neutral eye looks for everyday wear. And then at the same time you have a little bit of those warmer tones, orange, terracotta colors, a little bit on copper colors right there for, again, warmer tones. You have some gold tones, these mustard tones, and then she comes with these surprises right here, this blue one right here, another blue one right here. I mean, I think this is just amazing. And then here you go, all your beautiful green tones. I mean, you have a good variety. I hope that really Natasha Denona will keep this type of format for her larger palettes. I have love for gold palette, lila palette. I mean, like beautiful palettes. Obviously, we just said a Viva palette as well. But I think this format, you get a lot more variety. And for people like us that we are not makeup artists, but we are makeup enthusiasts, and we just love to either collect makeup or just, you know, play with makeup overall, I think this right here makes the most sense for us, and again, give us variety, choices. And I know that at first maybe your eyes are drawn to these deeper, darker colors right here, and then the blue right there. But if you see it close up, you will see that you have all those neutral tones, and then you have, you know, you have a lot to work with. So definitely this palette takes the cake for formulation. She upgraded her formula right here on this Metropolis palette, and I hope that she will continue to do the same formula because this is extraordinary, beyond extraordinary. And then again, color story, just so spot on. Natasha Denona, you did amazing, girl, fantastic. And then on a neutral palette, I know I only have, I'm gonna be surprised, I do only have 3 palettes on this category. 3 palettes. But I think the palette that it's a sort of like neutral palette, but more like daily wear palette that has an outstanding formulation. And honestly, one of the best formulas that I have come across, if not the best, it is the newest palette, It's Natural by Scott Barnes. This palette right here, I think right now it's sold out. When it comes back, get it. You're not gonna be disappointed. This palette right here, oof, the formulation of these shadows is delicious. Delicious in the sense like they do have so much pigment. They, like the mattes, they blend like a dream by themselves, full on pigmentation. They glow so beautiful. But then the satin shades right here and his shimmer shades, this shade right here, Silver Screen, oh Lord, that's a shade for goddess. I mean, like, unbelievable. I mean, unbelievable. I think Scott Barnes really put everything of him, of his experience right here. If you want to have that J-Lo glamour, just, you know, be glamorous, this palette will take you there. This is, to me, epic. This palette is truly epic. Quality wise, it's just like no other. And then what I really love about this palette as well, and I think I said it on my favorites videos of November, it is the layout of this palette, the composition of it. So you have your brown tones, your copper tones, but you also have kind of like those reddish tones, and then you have your blacks, your silvers, your taupey shades. You have a little bit of cool tones. The palette overall is a little bit warmer, but you have a little spot here and there of cooler tones, like this one right here, this right here, this right here, and then you have so much to work with. If you wanted something a little bit more reddish tone, it's here. This palette is just extraordinary. So I think this covers a lot for many people, something kind of like daily wear, excellent formula, and these a little bit of daily wear plus a little bit more color, and then if you are a lover of mauvey pinky tones, there you go. I mean, I think this to me I will be set for life. But I know there's so much in this beauty industry, so I know there's more. Okay, let's go now into quads, eyeshadow quads. So for eyeshadow quads, Pat McGrath came this year with her holiday collection, and her holiday collection consisted in 3 different quads of her special formula. The 3 of them are extraordinary. They are beautiful. They are unique, each of them. But I think the one that is just, again, for me, the type of the one that I will use the most, it is Pat McGrath Ritualistic Rose. It comes in this mini kind of condensed Mothership type of palette. So even on the actual compact itself, it's just, you know, this lacquer with the gold, so elegant, so luxurious. And here are the shades. Oh Lord, they are just so beautiful. So you have your duochromes right here, you have your shimmer shades. These are just in another level. Now for this palette right here, I will say you will need to have a little bit of a mixing medium to apply them, but you can also do a full-on look with just this palette right here. Yes, believe it or not, you don't need, I mean, it doesn't have any matte shades. Some people will say, well, that I will just use it for like, kind of like in the middle of my eyelid or something like that. Don't worry, don't think about that, just use the whole thing. This palette is extraordinary formula. Another thing, if you're new here, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for stopping by and for giving me the opportunity to share with you my favorites of 2019 as far as eye goes. But what I like about Pat McGrath, and this is something coming from a person that I do have hooded eyes, I do have a lot of fall on my eyes, and I don't like to have glitter on my eyes that much. It's not something that I mean, I love the look, I love the way that they look, but also sometimes I just feel they are too much, and this is kind of like that glitter type of a little bit more of, call it mature glitter, because it's just sophisticated. It's not chunky. It's not like it doesn't ball up. It doesn't look like crackling or too much. You know, it's just very refined. It's very, very finely milled, so you can. It's imperceptible on the eyes that you are wearing some sort of glitter because it's just so finely milled. Just one of the most extraordinary eyeshadow formula for glitters. This one right here. Okay, going into another quad, and this is by Tom Ford. Tom Ford had come out with many different eyeshadow quads this year, but the one that I just feel like I truly love, it is this palette right here that came, if I'm not mistaken, for summertime, and it is the Suspicion 04 palette. Ooh, I mean, this has a warmth to it. This is just golden, bronzy. This is just take me to the beach. I'm a golden goddess. It will give it to you. Such an amazing palette. I just adore it. The simplicity of it. Now these, they don't come with any matte shades right here. They all have a little bit of a dimension, and also I'm not scared to use these, even though if I have fine lines, if I have falls, I don't get scared about using these shades right here, because they are just you know, so they are not chunky. They are very easy to blend, easy to apply. This is also his wet dry formula that just, it's outstanding. So you can use it dry for a more like calm down look, and you can use them wet, and then it will give you a little bit more impact. It will show a little bit more of the undertone that these shades have. But this is, again, for a golden goddess, Suspicion. Yeah, I had a suspicion that this was gonna come on in my favorites of 2019. Absolutely, yes. And then going to our Darling. Yeah, Darling had to be here. Hello, Darling. Well, this is not new one for this year, but it's one that I discovered this year. And this quad, it is Exaggerize. This is really a very glamorous palette. It doesn't seem like, but when you use it all together, the way that she shows on her like little tutorials, you go with number 1 and you apply this right here, then this, and then that. your eyes will look very glamorous, very elegant, very sophisticated. That's the way I feel about this palette right here. It's really, in a tiny palette, there's so much sophistication, there's so much elegance. You know, these you can wear for, you know, a meeting at an office, or you can wear it for a dine, you know, like you're going out for the night and you want to look sophisticated, you know, like it's just, it's a palette that has it all. It's, you have a little bit more of, not so much of warmer tones, but more neutral and cooler tones, and I really love, again, this is kind of like a movie tone, and that's something that speaks to me because it makes you look very feminine and at the same time very elegant. So yes, for Exaggerate. And then a palette that came out this year, and it was an inspiration from another product from, again, our darling Charlotte Tilbury, is the Walk of Shame. Oh, this Walk of Shame. If you want to look sexy, Walk of Shame will give it to you. It looks kind of reddish right now here on the screen, but it's not red. It does have more of like pink, rosy, cranberry undertones to it. This is really a quad that make you look very sexy. That's how I feel anytime that I use this palette. It's a romantic palette. I think now approaching the Valentine's Day, this palette right here will be like so beautiful. So if you're not a person that likes to wear like red lip, and you want to wear just a neutral lip, but you want to cause an impact with your eyes, this right here. And it's very easy because although it has those kind of reddish undertones on the eyes, it translates just beautiful. And then once again, the formulation of Charlotte Tilbury, the way that she does her shadows, although most of them, they are not matte, for the most part they are kind of like satin or a sheen finish. They don't have necessarily shimmer, exception for her pops, but her pops, they are kind of like a veil of crystal, you know, something that it just makes your eyes, I mean, people will mesmerize on your eyes. Anytime that I use a quad from Charlotte Tilbury, it just transports you, and people will ask you, what are you wearing in your eyes? I like your eye looks. And she makes it so easy, you know, she puts her expertise as a makeup artist on these quads right here, and you know, in a summary, in a nutshell, she's like, here you go, just do 1, 2, 3, 4, set, you're done. And honestly, it just makes you more glamorous. So this palette right here definitely is a palette that anytime that I want to feel a little bit more feminine, a little bit more sexy, a little bit more empowered, and I don't want to use that red lip that I'm using. I mean, I'm not using red, it's a little bit more happy tone, but if you don't want to use that red lip, use this right here and you will feel empowered. So now going into the mono eyeshadows. Okay, well, Chanel, I had used white eyeshadow for the longest, and after a while I couldn't find an eyeshadow that is kind of like a hybrid between an eyeshadow and a topper, that it doesn't have that, you know, harsh white base to it, and I was not able to find it anywhere until Chanel had to come with this. This is Carte Blanche, and this came out for the fall collection. And let me just show you. This is it. Simple as this. It's white. It's just white, but it's just soft, smooth, and if you can see, it's sheer too. So you can still see the skin, kind of like, you know, like kind of like a highlighter type of hybrid. So this will just give dimension to your eyelid. If you're doing like a smoky type of eye with some black or grays, and then you just this over top, it's just like that topper that actually brings life to your eyelids. And this mono eyeshadow, I just tried it, but I'm so happy I picked it up because I was not going to. I was just, you know, admiring at afar this brand until one day I decided to go ahead and give it a go. Chantecaille. Ooh, Chantecaille. They did amazing this year. I still need to pick up more of these. This is the luminescent eyed shade in Pangolin or Pangolin. Again, well, this is a shade obviously that is my shade. It's one of those kind of like lilac mauve tones. right here. This is such a beautiful shade. Now these have a little bit of glitter in it, like very small particles of shimmer, but it's just so beautiful, so elegant. And it has, what I like about these two is it doesn't have the usual typical black base on the shadow. They actually have kind of like a lilac base, so it actually provides some dimension, because sometimes when they put this black base, it just loses the beauty of what you see in the pan. But these are just amazing. Chantecaille did an amazing job. And then for eye toppers, Artist Couture is what I'm wearing right now on my eyelids. Outstanding. I mean, these takes the place of any glitter. So if you're a person like me that do not like glitter, but you want to have like this beautiful sheen on your eyelids, that they are just like boom there, and then you know that they just have that strength, that light, that glow, and that they don't look chunky, that with one swipe everything goes, and then that you will not have fallout. And that's another thing about all the products that I mentioned right here. No fallout at all. These are amazing. Specifically, I love the shades Spotlight Glitz and Diamond Bronze. I hope that he comes out with more. I'm actually looking forward to seeing maybe like a peach tone. If you know him, tell him peach, please. Because these are amazing. And maybe kind of like a whitish color, like not super white but more pearlized. Oh, but these have, you know, multi-dimension. Like a Spotlight Glitz, it has champagne, and then it has pink in it, and then it has kind of like a lilac color. I mean, let me just see if I can do a quick swatch right here without making a huge mess. You know, if you want something that is extremely finely milled, these right here is just so beautiful. Look at that. It's just amazing. Now let me just do a swatch right here of that Diamond Bronze. That's Diamond Bronze. Beautiful shades with a lot of luminosity. And you know, like you will need a mixing medium for this product. Fallout, after you apply it with a mixing medium, you will not have fallout. It's just amazing. Okay, so now that I'm done with eyeshadows, let's go into other little products that really stood out for me this year. First of all, it will not be a surprise for you, mascara. There are many mascaras that, you know, they have been also in my favorites, great mascaras, don't get me wrong, but the one that really surprised me the most and I have not been able to stop using it is by Givenchy, and this is the Disturbia mascara. So this for me, it was kind of like a saver, because I didn't really want to be using continuously eyelashes. It's something that is not me. I will use it maybe for, you know, a video, or perhaps if I go for, you know, a party or something like that, but I try to avoid it. I mean, like, they're good, but it's nothing that I'm just like, oh, extremely like, yes, I want it, you know what I mean? But definitely these right here is kind of like your replacement of lashes, but sincerely and honestly, these right here is kind of like your replacement for eyelashes, because it gives you volume, it gives you length, it separates, it doesn't crumble, it doesn't flake, it's not too wet, and the results are immediate. Like, you put it on and you're like, oh. Liners. A liner that I really like for my waterline, it is the Marc Jacobs formula, but in specific, I have not been able to put this down. This is the one in Rococoa. This has kind of like a metallic finish to it, so it actually brightens up your eyes. So it opens it up a little. I have very small eyes, so just, you know, makes a good dimension on your eyes, so it just makes them look defined, but at the same time it kind of like brightens up the shade Rococoa. This is my favorite one. And then for my brows, I have been using the Benefit brow pencil, and it's really good, but I think the one that I really like, because I have a lot of brow hairs, so I just need a little bit more of kind of shading and just filling the areas that they feel a little bit sparse, or just shape it a little. Fenty Beauty MVP in the shade brown. This right here is an excellent brow pencil. Amazing. I mean, I love the color that it gives me. It doesn't make me look, because sometimes certain colors just make me look like I'm a little bit like upset, or that, you know, like my expression just looks too harsh. And also because I have very small eyelids, I don't want my brows to take over, and this right here has been awesome, outstanding. Now the only thing is, I love the formula too, because it's not too creamy, it's not too waxy, it's very long lasting. I like the formula a lot. And then the little brush right here, for me, is not, I mean, it's a good concept, and this concept, you know, even NYX came out with a concept like this before. It's not my favorite. I brush it to start with, you know, the application. So I first brush it with this brush, and then I go ahead and start filling out my brows, and then I go with the spoolie and just kind of like finish it off. So this is not like, I mean, it's not revolutionary. If you want your brow product to be a little bit more faded, you can use these, but it's not gonna really brush your brows. So if you have enough brows like me, it will not do a lot. But other than that, I mean, I'm talking about basically the formula of these and then the shade. And I'm super happy that she also came with so many different shades. And then a product that has been like, oh wow, thank goodness I came across this. This is the Benefit 24-hour brow setter. I'm sure you have heard about this one. I was using before the one from Anastasia Beverly Hills. Good one, but at a certain point in time it was too heavy. Sometimes I felt that it was a little bit itchy on my brows, and I just want to take it out. This right here will keep your brows in place, and it will give you that feather type of look to your brows. Like, it will reshape them nicely, and they don't feel crunchy, and it doesn't itch either. An amazing find for me, and I'm so happy because this will, I don't think I will ever replace it. It's clear, I love it. The one is beautiful. It actually has, it looks kind of like a centipede with so many little mini bristles, but that's what it really separates the brows and just makes them look a little bit more bushy, a little bit, again, more feathery, the style that is going on right now. And hey, I just love it. Such a good product. And then last but not least, I know I mentioned that I'm not too fond to lashes, but when I have to use lashes, the lashes that I have loved, because again, I have very small space on my eyelids, and if I use an eyelash kind of like, say, Miami style, you know, from Lily Lashes, they will go all the way up here. It's just, they are just way too much for me. There's something that I cannot use. But these lashes right here, they are voluminous. They give you that look that is lifted. They are smaller enough. The band is not too hard, not, you know, like, no, sometimes certain lash bands, they're a little bit pokey. I mean, this is, and then durability too is really good. And I really hope that Huda Beauty yeah, that Huda Beauty will come out with actually more of these type of lashes. This is the style Olivia 18th, but it says at the bottom shorty, and I haven't been able to find out, at least on her website or Sephora, another one that has the label at the bottom that says shorty. So this one's Olivia 18, because if, I mean, like, I have even on my stash some other ones, and I have seen other ones, you know, on the store, like, what is it, Samantha is one of them that a lot of people rave about. Those are impossible for me to use, but these ones right here, shorty, Olivia number 18, such a beautiful eyelash that it will just open your eyes, kind of like, it's very voluminous. It has a lot of like hairs, you know, like front, back, and the middle, but then you finish in this like kind of flirt up, you know, type of shape. I don't know how to explain it, but Olivia number 18, if you're looking for lashes and you have kind of my, I shouldn't say problem, but you know, my type of eyes that they are very small, you know, not much space on my eyelid, and you cannot wear, so, you know, like such long lashes, or like the ones that a lot of people rave about. These are really good. These are amazing, really good lashes right here. Okay, friends, so this is it. This has been my best eye products for 2019. I hope that you really enjoyed it. I would love to read your comments down below. What has been the products that had make that difference on your everyday makeup, the products that you feel like, okay, I can trust on all of them. I would love to know that, and we're a family here, so it is important for you to share with us, because sometimes there are brands that maybe we're not discovering because they are not, you know, sold on the major retailers, and you know, it's good to share. It's like, okay, you know what, you should try this. This is really good, whether it's on the economic side, luxury side, whatever it is. I would love to read those comments, so please leave them down below. And if you haven't done so yet, you're waiting too long, I hope that you will give me the opportunity and subscribe to my channel. Please do so. Just go ahead, subscribe to my channel, and if you don't want to miss any of my content, don't forget to ring the post notification bell. Also, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and share it with somebody else that may like this type of videos. Until the next time, I hope you have a beautiful, wonderful day. Bye.